One of the most nefarious and genius moves in the history of the American judicial system was the change of venue motion in the OJ Simpson trial, moving the trial from a posh white neighborhood to a urban ghetto where they could pull from the jury pool people who would be sympathetic to OJ Simpson being black. And the reason I know this is because the jurors have spoken out saying that they refused to find this guilty as hell black man slaughtering a white woman and her lover. He gutted them. He gutted them. And then he left their dead bodies there, and he splattered their blood everywhere, all over his car, all over his house, all over his gloves. And then he fled from the cops. OJ was so guilty, but the jurors refused to find him so because they wanted revenge, payback against white people. Namely, because of Rodney King, who was some meth head that fought the cops, got beat up for it. It's like kind of the George Floyd of his time. And the jurors are straight up on camera saying, we're really excited. We were excited to let this black murderer walk free for slaughtering white people because of payback.
Do you think that they're members of the jury that voted to acquit OJ because of Rodney King?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
How many of you think felt that way?
Oh, probably 90% of us.
90%? Did you feel that way?
Yes.
That was payback.
Uh-huh.
You think that's right?
White woman's dead, lives are destroyed, country destroyed, but you got your payback. It's totally evil. It's not it's demonic. It's the sickest thing that you could possibly do to somebody. It's blood libel. It's exactly what you don't want to have happen in a blind justice society. It's why you got to be really careful when you're bringing any charges that may have a racial element to them. You could get a Derek Chauvin situation, right, where you put an innocent man in prison because of perceived racism, or you could let a man literally get away with murder because you like the color of his skin and you're going to stick together, right? So these are the problem with jury trials. Anyway, Carmelo Anthony has proven to be somebody who's just as guilty as OJ. And unlike OJ, he's already admitted he did it. Unlike OJ, there's video of him doing it. There's video of OJ doing virtually everything else. There's video of Carmelo Anthony straight up murdering Austin Metcalf. And some reporters have actually seen this video. That's how guilty this guy is. Yet, black people, and that I'm just saying that because you can read the comments on his you can read the comments on his fundraiser that has hundreds of thousands of dollars donated, are saying, you know what? Doesn't matter. He had it coming. This is just like the OJ trial. It just doesn't matter. We have some perceived racial unity, and we're going to back the criminal. And it's morbid, it's grotesque, it's repugnant, it's evil, but it's something that could potentially play to the wrong jury, and they might agree, and it just doesn't matter. And you're just not going to convict. I mean, listen, if this guy can raise, this murderer can raise hundreds of thousands of dollars and then use that money in his defense. Carmelo Anthony still raking in donations as Texas murder trial gets underway. He has $700,000 in fundraising. That's how he's paying for his lawyers in his trial here. The jury has been selected and seated. And what's going on? I mean, this might be the ball game, right? If you get a bunch of jurors like this that are just going to say, yeah, it's revenge. Who cared? Look at this. This is the face of, he didn't do nothing, right? And this is the face of the women that said OJ needs to go free, in spite of the DNA evidence, in spite of the glove, in spite of everything, in spite of the video. So what are you going to get? What are you going to get? The jury might not buy Carmelo Anthony's self-defense claim in the stabbing of Austin Metcalf, goes the headlines right now. Why wouldn't the jury buy his self-defense? So he's going to claim that it was self-defense. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why is that you can see it in the footage that there was no self-defense element to this. He just stabbed him with a knife, which was, of course, illegal to have on the grounds of a high school. But then also, you're going to be presenting that to a jury that seems to have been picked correctly. Carmelo Anthony trial update: 31 members of the public have entered the courtroom. One person had a Carmelo Anthony shirt on with an image of him in the front and a number 6 on the back. She went to the restroom and turned her shirt inside out. One had a purple shirt and jeans and shorts and a purple bandana. This is relevant because the court dress code is supposed to be business. We will see what Judge Roach does about them. Current makeup of the public, I estimate 2 to 4 support Austin, and the rest are Carmelo Anthony supporters. You're seeing this all outside of the courthouse, and they're furious. Here's why they're furious. The jury was selected and seated in the Carmelo Anthony trial. Carmelo Anthony supporters are angry because there are no African Americans on the jury. Also, up till now, we are under the impression that the jury would be sequestered. They're not. That means the jurors will return to home each day rather than being isolated for the duration of the trial. That is a big, big L for Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is not going to be able to play some type of prejudiced victim card. It's not going to fly the same way that it did in Los Angeles with OJ Simpson, especially if you don't have, well, these people seated on the jury. This was outside of Carmelo Anthony's trial. You have a drum circle going on, for heaven's sakes. I didn't feel much love, respect, or peace when they repeatedly made false reports and sent police and CPS to my door, or when a man was sent to prison for stalking me and my family. So much love. Love, respect, and peace. That's us. Okay. Statement from the Gen Action Network. They are enraged that there was no black people on the jury. I mean, you can see that this was obviously the strategy there. The Next Generation Action Network is outraged. Fair justice is a constitutional right, and public confidence in our justice system depends on juries selected fairly without discrimination. The removal of all remaining qualified black jurors raises serious concern that should not be ignored. And they go on to say that the ruling won't be fair. Okay, well, I mean, you know, what would you say if the jury was entirely black? I want to go on the record here and say that this isn't the way that it should work. Now, sadly, it is the way that it does work. I mean, you see this kind of stuff happen in England all the time, where people, just because of stigmas or because of the changing demographics, like they'll refuse to indict. It's like there was a couple of Pakistanis that fought a bunch of cops in the airport. It was on camera, but the jury refused to indict the guys. It was on camera them assaulting the police. And I don't like the way that it works like this. They're supposed, like, the mythos of like the melting pot, like with that Kumbaya and a Coca-Cola commercial and we are the world. Like, that would be a nicer world to live in, where people don't have these intrinsic biases. But unfortunately, you have to account for the lowest common denominator. So it's too bad that it works like this. In case you need a reminder, the clowns representing Carmelo Anthony, this dude lies about Kyle Rittenhouse during a press conference. I really wish Kyle Rittenhouse would sue this guy. He said Kyle Rittenhouse shot 3 people in the back with an AK-47. None of that's true. Carmelo Anthony's attorney is now asking the jury pool about current immigration policies in the United States and whether they agree with them or not. Goodness gracious. So you see where this is going, right? You see where this is going. Juror 142 said, I don't know that I would feel right putting a brother in jail. Okay. Then other jurors were struck from the jury for saying that Carmelo Anthony looked like a child. He looked like a little baby, so he wouldn't feel right sending him to prison. Well, all right, there's your priors right there. So this is what's happening. Carmelo Anthony supporters outside the courthouse. Self-defense is not a crime. You know what is a crime? Bringing a knife to a track meet and murdering someone with it.
Self-defense is not a crime. 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 Self-defense is not a crime.
Oh, boy. Okay. Expect a couple days of this. I don't know how long this trial is going to take, man. It's really, I don't think it should take long. They have the video of him stabbing the guy. I mean, I think what's going to take long is pretty much figuring out how much jail time he's going to get. But who, baby, they're getting angry.
Self-defense is not a crime. Self-defense is not a crime. Self-defense is not a
All
crime.
Chill out. Calm down, dude. You're gonna get the vapors, you know? 18 jurors chosen, 12 jurors plus 6 alternates. Opening statements will start tomorrow. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. The GoFundMe lead up the Carmelo Anthony trial has an influx of donations to his help fund. Campaign funds have risen in the last couple of days. GoFundMe was originally set at $350,000, and now it's up to $500,000. They're saying the new goal is $1.3 million. 600,000 donations received. In case you're wondering if there's people that just don't care that Carmelo Anthony murdered a young white kid, valedictorian, track star, football star, his whole life ahead of him, murdered him dead on the spot. Don't care why. Doesn't matter why. Oh, you were called a naughty name. Oh, you felt offended. Doesn't matter. This is the world. This is the real world. You're not allowed to just murder anybody. And so please bring some Texas justice here. He won't be getting the death penalty because he committed this crime, this murder, before he was 18, but he could get life in prison without parole. So I think that's what we should be shooting for. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Good updates from Texas. See ya.